What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing good. I'm doing this again. I've recorded it once, but I made it too long, so we're going to kind of cut it down and be a little bit shorter. So I just want to share a few verses with you guys that have been kind of close to my heart. I'm going through this whole thing, and hopefully insight something into you guys that will help you in a crazy time like this. So first of all is Psalm 19. The whole chapter is David talking about how amazing God is and how everything he does, spouts his glory and shows his glory. So I'm going to read you the beginning and I'm going to read you the middle. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Day after day they pour forth speech, and night after night they reveal knowledge. They have no speech, they use no words, no sound is heard from them, yet their voice goes out into all the earth, their words to the end of the world. And in the middle is the part that's always kind of affected me the most. He says, "The law of the Lord is perfect, refreshing the soul. The statutes of the Lord are trustworthy, making wise the simple. The precepts of the Lord are right, giving joy to the heart. The commands of the Lord are radiant, giving light to the eyes. The fear of the Lord is pure, enduring forever. The decrees of the Lord are firm, and all of them are righteous." And I feel like that's so big right now because it's hard to see that a time like this it could be used for his glory. And that's something Chase kind of talked about the other night. That a time like this is so important for us to see that God is using this every day, as much as it sucks and that it is taking things away from people, including myself, that this is important. That things like this, when God talks about, the law of the Lord is perfect, the statutes of the Lord are trustworthy, things like that, where we may not be able to see that in a time like this, but this is just a reminder. Psalm 19 is a reminder that God is perfect and that he does everything for his glory. As much as it may stink. And one of the things that I wanted to kind of give you guys as a testimony of mine is that I'm a baseball player, for you guys that don't know. And what's kind of sucked is that, my baseball season is most likely over because of this whole COVID-19 thing. And, I think for a long time I was mad at the circumstances, but also a little mad at God for taking that kind of thing away from me. You work so hard in the fall and in the winter to be in the best shape you can be, and then right as it starts, we played 2 games, and then right as it starts, it gets taken away. It's gone. And that was something that hit me hard because, I love it. I love baseball, and I do anything to be able to play. But I think one of the things that I realized, recently is that after, a week of being, a sob story, but I think I realized that, God does everything for his glory. And so I had to sit back and really think about, why would God do this? Not just to me, but to everybody. And so that it was the idea that God is not only doing this for, to show that he, is sovereign, that he controls everything, but also for us on our half to be able to look at ourselves at this time and be like, we need God in a time like this, and not only in a time like this, but always. And kind of, going off of that, Psalm 34 is something that I've always kind of looked out to, and I think you guys probably know this. 17 through 19, the righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from their troubles. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. The righteous person may have many troubles, but the Lord delivers him from all of them. And I think this is good for us to hear because, it's hard for us to kind of feel or look at tangible things in times like this, or non-tangible things. Let me put it that way, because that's how the whole world is right now. Besides my parents and the things in my house, there's not much that is tangible right now. We can't go anywhere, can't do anything, can't see people. And for you guys that know me, that's the biggest struggle for me, is not being able to see people. That one hurts. I love people. I love being around people, and not being able to do that, it hurts. So I think one of the big things here is being able to see, for me personally, because I've always struggled with that, and I've kind of poured out my heart to my small group last night that, if it's not tangible, it's hard for me to follow after. I like tangible goals. I like things that are tangible, like people, and things. And me and David and Ethan kind of talked about that, and being able to see that, he is close, that he is close to the brokenhearted, which right now includes pretty much everybody, because everybody has been affected by this thing in some form or fashion. So I think that's a big one. And then lastly, I want to share with you guys a verse that's very close to my heart, in a chapter that is very close to my heart as well. Me and my best friend Ethan went through this probably, was it last summer? 2 summers ago. Probably 2 summers ago. And it's the book of James. And if you haven't heard his yet, James 1, 2, and 3, that's kind of one of the verses that me and him really bonded over, but that's besides the point. If you haven't heard his devotional yet, go ahead and check that out. It's really good, and it kind of put a smile on my face. So I want you guys to kind of hear this verse and kind of think about how you can apply it today. So James chapter 5, verse 16 says, "Therefore confess your sins to each other, pray for each other so that you may be healed. The prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective." So with that being said, I think one of the things that, is very important in a time like this is to have a group of people or one person or just somebody that you can talk to help keep you accountable. And not only keep you accountable, but for you to pray for them and to pray together and be in constant communion. And I know it's hard because you can't be there with them, but we live in a time now where if I want to send Ethan, something that's going on in my mind or my heart and send it to him, and I can get a text back in 5 minutes. It's this idea that we can talk to people even if we aren't. And I know a lot of you guys have been doing small groups through like Zoom, or like my small group's been using Google Hangouts, like, and stuff like that. That really, personally for me has helped me, be consistent. And I think that's going to help you guys be consistent as well and really kind of find God in a rough time like this. So those are the things that I kind of have to talk about today. And also I have one recommendation that I want you guys to kind of look into if you guys have time. There's this guy, his name's Holvey. He is a Christian rapper, kind of like Lecrae, or if you guys are into NF or Andy Mineo or anybody like that, Tadashi. He's kind of like them. And he came out with this album recently called Broken Heart. And, when it came out, I was in a time in my life where I just felt complete guilt for all the sin that was in my heart. And one day I finally sat down and listened to it because I love Holvey. And it kind of changed my perspective at that time. The album's called Broken Heart, and there's some songs on there that have kind of changed my perspective on life. Especially there's a song called If I Gave It All, and then the song called Damascus. So if you guys are bored, which most likely you are, go take a seat down, go listen to Holvey, listen to this album, and there's some awesome things on there that I think you guys will enjoy. So I hope you guys continue to find ways to grow in a time like this, and I will do the same. So I love you guys, and I hope to see you guys all very soon. Bye.